Hey Westwood, it's Mike Brodnick from the Board of Governors, and we are graced with the presence of El Presidente, Matt White, which we're very excited about. And I tricked him into coming out here because I told him that I really wanted to hear his opinion on, you know, the course, and I really wanted to get his expertise in marketing and advertising, and so I dragged him out here. But Matt, I actually have a whole different agenda. All right? Perfect. Okay, yeah, so for everybody who doesn't read the newsletter and see this beautiful face every time, this is Matt White, president of the board. And Matt, I'm going to cut right to the chase. I want to know if we're on time and on budget. So that's what I want to talk about. And what I'd like to do is maybe talk about time first. Sure. Can we do that? Because we just had hurricanes and earthquakes, and so that was one of my concerns, and I think the concerns of others. So can we talk about time?
Well, and it actually, that is one of my buzzwords, which is on time and on budget. And to date, we are on time and on budget. That said, time-wise, we are probably 2.5 weeks off our schedule. You know, granted, we had the earthquake, we had the hurricane, we've had some massive thunderstorms. That really hasn't been as much of the issue as the issue that we've had with the town. And we had some problems with the town with some sediment control. We have, you know, solved those problems, and we are moving forward, but it did cost us about 2.5 weeks.
Okay, so, all right, why? Like, why wouldn't we have known that the town would come over and talk to us about an issue like, you know, control sediment?
Well, and great question, and we did know, and we did do everything right, and what we did do is it took a while, but we had to get the right people here to evaluate our work, and once they saw it, it was approved, and now we're moving forward.
Okay, so we're not on time, we're 2.5 weeks back.
Well, we certainly have, we've got a long way to go. We have done a lot of work, and I got from Pat Franklin today, we have 9 golf holes shaped, we have 13 greens shaped, we have 9 greens graveled, we actually have 4 with mix, and we are on track for a 9:15 seeding of the course. So are we on time? We've had a 2.5 week setback, but we are still on time for our June opening of next year.
So we'll make the time up.
We will make the time up.
Okay. All right, good. So I am looking over your kind of shoulder a little bit at some things you have written down. I know the last time we were with Gene Bates, he talked about opportunities on the course. So in line with the timing issue, you know, we're actually standing, by the way, on 16 green. And I'm going to ask our cameraman in a minute to show the landscape we're on, but let me kind of finish this thought. So what are the things or the opportunities that we've seen that we're doing work on?
Well, we've had a great year with the club, and thanks to some very conservative estimating and budgeting, we ended up with some additional cash flow that we really weren't expecting. We had a better than average or a better than expected membership drive that drove a lot of new revenue into the club. And with that, we took advantage of some of that money. And so yes, we are on budget, but we have expanded the scope and we have done some new things, one of which is what we're standing right here, which we have changed the scope of the work of 16. We put in a new dam on 16, which you can see behind us. We're bringing the lake in. We're actually standing, like Mike says, on the edge of the green right here.
Let's show this. Dave, can you, I'm going to ask Dave, so I'm going to keep talking so you can hear, and Matt's going to talk too. I'm going to get out of the picture real quick. And I'm going to want you to take a look at the, this is 16 green we're standing on. So we're standing on the green looking back toward the 16 fairway, which, Dave, if you can circle all the way over, you see there's the bulldozers up here, that's 16 fairway. And then if you can see, Dave, sweeping through the old 16 pond, and then all more water storage that's been carved out. So, Matt, can you talk about, and you'll see behind the water, and I'll just to give you some depth perception. This is edge of green, and I'm looking down into the water storage, this new pond. And behind me, they're working on a new dam. Matt, would you talk about the dam?
Well, as everybody knows, the water control is really the biggest issue. Biggest driver of our renovation was to be able to control the water on this golf course. A big part of it is the water coming off of 123. It's really the main spot where the water comes through. Our ponds were really over flooded, But what we had is a huge water control issue right here on 16 Dam. So we took the opportunity to rebuild the 16th hole and rebuild the 16th dam, two fairly substantial construction projects that we definitely did not have in. And I think we're going to end up with a pretty cool 16th hole.
So let me just show, because a lot of people have asked for what the hole might look like, and let me just give you some perspective. I'm going to ask Dave again to kind of pan toward the hole. You'll see that there's a silt fence. There's a black fence in front of these bulldozers here, and you'll see that that's the area that you'll hit to, and from there you'll carry just a little bit of water. I'm kidding. There's a ton of water now, green side. There's a large pond that goes across the front, and now you'll have to carry to come over here. It's going to make this really an exciting hole. It's one of the cool things. This is one of the things we'll try to do in more video episodes, is show you more of the holes. But let me finish, because Matt's trying to walk away because we talked about time, and I'm all right with that. And by the way, Matt's not 6'2". I'm just standing in a depression so that we can look more like we're cast together. All right, so although you are a statuesque man,
yeah,
I'm just okay. So time, scope of work. Right. So like, tell me more about money, because I want to know where we are with that too.
Money, we are absolutely where we may be squeezing a little bit on time. We are definitely on track with budget. We had like I said, a great year. Right now, our forecasts actually have us coming in under the $45 a month number, and that's with the addition of the dam, of the 16th hole, of sand capping the greens, of expanding the sprinklers.
I don't know, what's sand capping?
Sand capping the greens is something that our golf course superintendent, Pat Franklin, and our architect, Gene Bates, had talked about bringing to Westwood. It is something that you use with the transitions or the approaches to the green. The approach between the green and the fairway. Sand capping is putting tile and sand into that area so that the shot coming in is consistent. The surface is the same on each hole, so that if you hit your ball, it doesn't plug in the front, or it doesn't bounce and go away. It is going to be the same on each one.
Oh, okay.
It's a really terrific thing to add. It's expensive, but we're able to afford it.
I believe the agronomist term for it is cool.
It is cool.
Okay. Oh, all right. Good. And then you mentioned the irrigation system.
Yeah, we expanded the sprinkler system. Our initial sprinkler system only had sprinklers in the fairways. We did not have them in the rough. And so we've expanded the sprinkler system into the rough.
Good.
And then the fifth thing is the pump house. We took an opportunity we're putting all this sprinkler system in. We didn't have a pump house into the budget. And so we've taken the opportunity to go ahead and do that as well. Still keeping us under budget.
Oh, great. Okay, so I'm going to say it for you. Okay, Matt has said that we're on time and on budget.
That's my story,
so
and I'm sticking with it.
It's August 31st, and that's what we got. Matt, thank you so much for coming out.
All right,
Westwood, continue to look on the website for more videos. We'll continue to try to get deeper into the course and show you finished screens and shaped and finished holes before we begin to put grass down. Which will start happening in September and October. I'm going to remind you again, because I was in there on Saturday during the hurricane and saw the 10 card, and I'm blown away by the fact that for $10 I can watch a college football game and never have an empty beer mug, and then for another $10 I can never have an empty plate of wings, which you can tell I'm happy about. See you soon, Westwood.